All right, so want to have a talk today. I'm not doing the intros. We're not gonna do the music. None of that B-roll. None of that polished garbage shit. I'm just looking to talk about the state of this platform right now. Seeing a broken cycle. It has nothing to do with entertainment and everything to do with selling out. Tired of seeing these digital landlords like the twins, the Tatums, clogging up feeds and basically just trying to find space up in the YouTube algorithm to push their merchandise. But let's be real. At this point, a lot of these creators have turned into straight up shields. They aren't out here fighting for you, giving any type of truth. They out here trying to protect they brand. They trying to score corporate points, try to keep their checks clearing. They traded a backbone for a script, and they using the attention just to build their own private empires. I'm just gonna be real. I'm coming on here because I figure I might as well just be solo about this shit because I refuse to be a puppet, and I can't sit here and create safe content. I can't create content that's best for children or create content that's for a certain demographic of people. I'm not gonna play this safe circle game. I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna say exactly what I feel like saying. Uh, Personally, I just feel like they playing this safe game because they feel like they have to protect something. They lose their soul and they speak catchphrases, and they just try to say anything to stay relevant. And I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna talk to you man to man, one take, mostly one take every time. Sometimes a little bit of editing, but I ain't no editor, so I'm just gonna keep things real. It's not a marketing team to dress this up. I'm out here with a tank top on. It's fucking 30 degrees outside, and I'm still gonna be up in here gutter as it can be. Let's clear it up. I ain't mad at nobody for trying to make no money. You can sell your products. That ain't a problem. It's America, bro. Make your money. But I got a problem when you start building a brand and selling your brand, but you sell your soul in place of that brand. That's where the line kind of gets drawn. It's a difference between building a business and then being a content pirate. You see a lot of these guys like the Tatums, the Hodge twins. They make a lot of content regularly every day, like tons of content. It just crams right up into your fucking feed. They don't really do research on a story. They take a clip, they cut it up into little individual sections, and then they put a little 30 seconds of their own spin on it, and then they want to put a 5 minute fucking advertisement at the end of it, trying to sell me some PDS debt or trying to sell me a fucking t-shirt. Bro, I'm just tired. It's getting frustrating. It really is. And like, I'm not out here just talking just to be talking, because I remember these guys. They was back in the day. Officer Tatum was over there giving real life stories about being a police officer, straight up out the car, front seat in this goddamn patrol car. That was some real shit. That's what got them noticed. The Hodge twins, they was two big buff niggas over there talking about fitness and just doing comedy, bro. That's what they was doing. And now you got both of these people. Well, I'm not gonna say both of these people. I'm gonna say you got both of these individual channels creating content that's not content actually. It's really stolen content from someone else. They taking content from other places. They're doing very little to alter it or transform it in any way. They don't give you any sources of where they got it from, and then they try to claim it as their own. Then on top of that, what really pisses me off, like I say, is the fact that they want to sell their products on someone else's content. Now, I mean, I understand with the whole YouTube algorithm and everything and how copyright works. You don't necessarily have to give your source material. But if I feel like just being a man, if you're gonna claim it as yours, then it needs to be yours. And if it's not yours, you need to tell us where it's coming from. That's a big problem up in a lot of places up in this YouTube sphere. And it's getting real old. But you look at these people now; they done moved so far away from where they came from. Now they don't even know where their roots were. They basically are a manifestation or a personification of what the old YouTube hated, bro. People like me who was in the early days of YouTube watching it. Not I wasn't on here doing this shit, but I was watching. I was consuming a lot of YouTube. I mean, I was one of the first people to cut the cord, cut Netflix. I cut cable, internet. Oh, I mean, not internet. Sorry, I cut cable. I cut my goddamn Netflix. I cut all that shit. Just kept YouTube. And the reason why I did that was because it was quality content. Even on an amateur basis, there was quality content. You had people like the Angry Video Game Nerd who just with looked like a Super 8 camera was able to put out great quality edits of video game footage and give commentary behind it that was actually entertaining and comical. Things that stuff that made him relevant. And just like with him, now they're selling out to sponsors because they figured that their content can't get the views to pay them. All in all, I just feel like this. It's this whole YouTube internet landscape. This you come into it looking for content, and when you get here, you realize this is just a mall. This is a fucking mall. From one end of it to the other, there's just people in between just selling you shit. So you got to sit there and actually think about it. The Tatums, the Twins, any of these guys with these $50,000 sets, they ain't your leaders, bro. They ain't out here trying to do shit for you. They ain't trying to give you no type of information about what's going on in the world. All they trying to do is gatekeep. That's what they doing. They gatekeeping. They figured out a way to make this whole algorithmic machine work so they can make just enough money so they don't have to worry about anything else. And they can keep their content safe by utilizing other people's content and basically doing nothing to transform it in their own way. So, I mean, when I say that YouTube is broken, I'm talking about the whole soul of this platform. They want to brand everybody. They want everybody to stop, they want people to stop citing sources so they can, just spend more time with trying to sell you a lifestyle. But that's not the way it's going to be done here. Like I said in the beginning, this is a solo dolo mission. I'd rather have 1,000 people watching my video that give a fuck about it than to have 1 million people watching my video just because. If you want a polished version of whatever it is that you're looking for, the best thing to do is go holler at them Twins, holler at them Tatums, holler at them Benny Johnson type people, holler at them, because I'm going to give it to you straight, raw, all facts, even when the shit's glitchy, bro. I mean, that's just how I look at it. This algorithm is just trying to bury everybody that has an actual opinion about anything. They want you to speak only what the algorithm wants you to speak. How is that content when it's being subjected to parameters that are not even in your actual content bias, I guess I can say. I'm sorry if I'm losing it, but I'm trying to keep my thoughts together here. But I'm gonna just close it out. Like I said, this is a short video, but I want you to think about it. What this is gonna mean for you from now on. Every time you open your YouTube platform, you are not here to consume content. You are here to watch commercials. That is what you're here for. You got to wonder for yourself, what are you looking for in a content creator? Are you looking for somebody to give you the truth, or are you looking for somebody to sell you a commercial? Are you looking for somebody that's going to give you facts, or are you looking for somebody to sell you a goddamn PDS debt solution? Are you looking for somebody that's here to give you everything with no filter and willing to take the hits on whatever type of algorithm punishments they want to dole out? That's what you want, stay here. But if you want that polished bullshit that they spitting, go buy a t-shirt from the Hodge Twins. I'm gonna keep this shit raw, solo dolo always. I know a lot of people ain't heard that in a while, but I'm here trying to build an empire on YouTube. No stolen clips, no hidden links. If I post a video up here that's coming from somebody else, I'm gonna let you know where the fuck it came from. I don't want you to think that I'm creating videos that I did not create. I don't want you to think that I am the person with the fucking information and I don't. I'm here to do research. I'm here to expose. I'm here to put information out there that a lot of people are either ignoring or not paying attention to. That's it. So with that being said, I'm shattering this TV shit, bro. This TV shit gone. That old broadcast, that's over with, bro. All that old past algorithm playing bullshit, that's over. I posted many videos up here trying to abide by these algorithmic rules. Guess what? They restrict them. So I say this, In closing, why would I actually sit here and abide by your rules? So, like I say, if you got anything to say about that, just let me know one thing in the comment section. Are y'all tired of these niggas selling y'all something when they ain't got nothing to give? And secondly, tell me any other creators that's out here doing this bullshit. I'm looking for somebody to check. Till then, peace.